Hello everyone, this is Takaho Itoigawa. In this article, I present some ideas for moving society in a positive direction. In addition to good examples, I will also present examples that impede progress in the good direction. By learning from both good and bad examples, we can avoid mistakes that inadvertently move us in the wrong direction and actively move us in the right direction. I believe some insights can be applied from your perspective. Please feel free to listen to them as if they were about you. So let's get started. First, let me give you an overview of the content of this video. Nudges are information designed to move society in a positive direction by applying the findings of behavioral economics, cognitive psychology, social psychology, and other fields in a way that moves society in a positive direction so that people end up behaving positively. However, people's behavior does not change easily. Therefore, I would like to look at the behavior change from two perspectives. The first perspective is the inhibition of an action that we do not want them to do. It is easier to prevent the current action from occurring than to cause a new action to occur, because it is easier in that direction. The second point of view is the generation of the action we want. It is more difficult than suppressing the actions we do not want. But it is also more important because it aims at generating more ideal actions, which cannot be done by suppressing them alone. This video presents these two perspectives on how to use the nudges to move society in the right direction. The reference material for this video is Nudge by Richard Saylor and Kassastein. Let me introduce the first perspective, the suppression of an action that you do not want to be done. I think it is easier to prevent the occurrence of an action that is being performed than to generate a new action, because it is easier in that direction. But the fact is that it is not so easy to stop an action. Telling people that a certain activity is danger is like telling them that people often oversleep and that you cannot stop them from oversleeping. To discourage undesirable behavior, it is effective to create more and stronger psychological barriers to the behavior in the process leading up to its occurrence. For example, a company that offers a subscription service does not want subscribers to cancel their subscriptions. Therefore, the first perspective is used. For example, the cancellation process is often only available by phone during business hours on a slow line. In addition, the cancellation procedure is written in a hard-to-find place. At the end of the free period, the system may be designed to automatically and silently switch you a subscription. Companies that offer subscription service have set up several psychological barriers to discourage the unwanted behavior of canceling. The second example of trying to curb an activity you do not want to do is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. In this case, there are 5 barriers to reduce emissions. The first is status quo bias, which focuses on the present. The second is the lack of importance of global warming, which is hard to see. The third is the absence of an enemy, which makes it difficult to know who the enemy of reducing greenhouse gas emission is. There is also the problem that the damage that will be suffered if greenhouse gas emissions are not reduced is stochastic. And loss aversion, in which now losses are perceived as more severe than future losses, is another hurdle to reduce emissions. In addition, these hurdles tend to create the following challenges. The first challenge is the difficulty of feedback. The effects of global warming are global and take a very long time to occur. This makes it difficult to get feedback and take action. In addition, when a country or region is uncooperative with a country or a region that is trying to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, the behavior of the uncooperative country is called free riding. It is also known as the comedy of the tragedy of the commons. Environmental and carbon taxes are known as effective examples of reducing greenhouse gas emissions. In addition to generating feedback in the form of tax payment and using the unavoidable means of taxation, environmental and carbon taxes can also create the impression that the problem is so serious that the mean of taxation must be used. Next, here are some examples of ways to generate the desired action. One way to generate the actions you want people to take is to simplify the process. People have a decision-making bias where they tend to resist things that are cumbersome or burdensome. Therefore, instead of approaching a deliberative system 2 by carefully explaining the necessary procedures, it is effective to approach an intuitive system 1 by simplifying the procedures in the first place. For example, if there is an action you want people to take, apply to college. Assure them of financial aid before they take the entrance exam. Reducing the hassle of post-admission procedures, selection is one way to increase the number of students who take the entrance exam. These are just a few examples of how we can think of ways to use nudges to move society in a positive direction. So everyone, I will see you in another video. Thanks for watching.